Hello viewers and everyone watching this video. Thank you for keeping tuned. It's me Friday again, and in today's video or today's presentation I will be taking you through the government revenue. In today's video I will be taking you through the government revenue. Yeah, it's me, your teacher again, Friday, and in today's presentation or today's video I'll be taking you through the government revenue. Yeah, government revenue and its expenditure. In fact, how government gets its revenue and how do they spend this revenue that they get. Okay, so first and foremost, we shall first define what revenue is. We shall first explain what revenue is. So revenue is the government's income or source of government. Yeah, revenue is government income. Now we shall be looking at the sources of government revenue. One is through taxes, two is through loans, three grants and goods, then another one is through donations, another one through licenses, another one is through privatization, selling of government properties to private sectors, and another one is through court fines. When they charge somebody a court fine, then that one becomes government income or government revenue, and many others like through tourism as an industry. When tourists come here, they pay revenue to our government. Those are some of the sources or some of the ways how the government gets its revenues. Now we shall be looking at them one by one, and the first one is the taxes. These are some of the taxes that we have here in Uganda. The first one is the excise duty. Excise duty, this is the tax charged on local manufactured goods that are manufactured from within. They pay a tax called excise duty. Like if somebody is making some kombucha or mzuri sana or sawa sawa around here, they are supposed to pay the excise duty. Then we have another kind of tax called the custom duty. This is a tax charged on imports, goods that are coming from outside countries coming in our country. They are also supposed to pay a certain tax known as the custom duty at the border before those goods are imported into the country. Then we also have income tax. The income tax consists of the following. One is the payee. Payee is a short form of pay as you earn, and it is charged on personal income. Salary earners, people who earn salary from the government and some other private sector, they are supposed to pay this money as part of their tax. On your salary they charge some money, and that money is used as government revenue. Then we also have company tax. It is also part of the income tax. It is charged on a company profits. So when a company makes a lot of profits, it's supposed to pay revenue to the government. Okay. Then we also have another tax called the VAT or value added tax, and it is charged on consumer or goods purchased in a country. When a country purchases some goods, they are supposed to pay that kind of tax, which is called value added tax, and in the short form it's known as VAT, value added tax. When you find a question and a question is asking, write VAT in full. VAT is value added tax. You also have to note that graduated tax was suspended because it was expensive to collect and a burden to citizens. So this tax was suspended and is no longer there. Then we also have this tax called property tax. This tax is charged on property such as buildings, households, vehicles, land, etc. For example, if you have a building in a town and you have rentals there, people are renting there, they are paying you monthly rent, you're also supposed to pay to the government that property tax. If you have a car on the road, you're supposed to pay license onto the road because that car makes for you money. If you have land, you're also supposed to pay tax to the government so that the government can run its work very well. Now we have a guiding question here. Give one reason why people pay taxes. There are several reasons why people pay taxes. One of the reasons why people pay taxes is to enable the government get money to build schools, to build hospitals, construct roads, pay even these civil servants, the government workers. They are also paid from that little money you pay as the tax. So we encourage Ugandans and all citizens, wherever you are, please, if you're asked to pay tax, please pay tax. And that money you pay, it pays fees for the children who are under UPE, USE, among others. Services which the government spends its money which is paid as tax. Where does the government spend it? One, education services. Yeah, those children who are studying under UPE, their teachers are paid, and that money is mobilized through taxes. Then security services, like the soldiers, the police officers, they are also paid from that little money that is mobilized from there. Fine. Then transport and communication, to pay communication sectors, to pay transport for the public vehicles, health services, there's hospitals where you go and get free medication. All that money is collected from government, and the government also gets it from collecting revenue from its people. Ways of the government, ways how government spends its money. One, salaries and allowances of these civil servants and the public workers. Development programs, e.g. agriculture. For example, here, NADS. The government decides to give out money to farmers. NADS, in form of NADS, they buy you cattle. All that money is government money, and that is the money which you people pay in form of salary. Then there is the rent. Sometimes you realize government offices are supposed to be into buildings, but those buildings are not readily available, so they will have to rent a house to put up an office. Then security, paying soldiers, paying policemen, all that requires money. Schools, I told you about that. Hospitals, I talked about that. Medication, paying the workers in the hospitals, paying the workers in schools, and then construction of roads. All that need money, and which money is mobilized from the government. Then I'll be winding up this video from this part. I'll be ending this video at this part, which is the URA, Uganda Revenue Authority. This is a body which collects taxes. These are some of the roles of the URA, or the Uganda Revenue Authority. One, it collects taxes. Two, it carries out tax education, goes sensitizing people what they are supposed to do, what are the importances of paying taxes, and people know why they are paying taxes, because some Ugandans they fear taxes. They even reach an extent of hiding in the bush because they want to ask them to pay taxes. It assesses taxes, checks how much have they collected, how should they spend it. It also controls smuggling of goods. There are some people who want to import goods from outside without paying taxes. So the URA is in charge, and it takes control to see how these goods come in and if they are properly paid the taxes. The URA is under the Ministry of Finance, Planning and Economic Development. That is the ministry under which URA is under. Problems faced by URA: 1. Smuggling of goods. Some people insist and import goods without even paying taxes. And they sometimes bring goods which are not of good quality, which are not supposed to be brought into the country. Then another problem is corruption. Some people who are supposed to pay tax, they don't pay. They pay some individuals some little money, and then they write for them licenses which are not even there, and you find them operating without a real license, but because of corruption. Then people avoid paying taxes. Some people, when they ask them to pay taxes, they dodge. In fact, when there was still the other kind of tax, some people would hide in the bush for the whole week. So you realize that the URA finds it hard to run their job because of some of those problems. Then we have a guiding question here. Give one reason why people dodge paying taxes. People dodge paying taxes because of different reasons. 1, some people claim it is expensive for them. It's expensive for them to pay, then they decide to dodge. People do not see the value of paying taxes. They pay taxes and they realize the government comes, tells them, we are going to use that money to pay to construct for you roads, but they don't have good roads. Then they see they have no reason for paying tax. Then lack of tax education. Some people don't know why they are supposed to pay taxes. They don't know. But when they are educated and they are told about the importance of paying taxes, then they do pay. NB. You have to know this what is grant. Grant, this is the money given to a country to solve a particular problem. A certain country offers that money to another country to solve a certain problem. That money is called grant. For example, if there's a disease like COVID-19 and a certain country gives money to another country, that money is termed as grant. Then to differentiate it from this, there's also what we call donation. This is an assistance given to a country according to its need. It can be financed, it can be goods, and all that, to assist in case they have a certain need. That is also donation. In fact, these two words are almost related. We have grant and donation. And thank you for watching this video. I remain your teacher again, Friday, and this lesson was all about government revenue. I believe you've got some points. Thank you for watching. Those watching via YouTube, I remind you again, please to subscribe and share with your friends to get more, and click on the notification button in case I upload any video. You are able to get it, and I sign out.